everyone, welcome back to another picker reading on the Scene of Tarot with me, Natasha. If you are new here, thank you so much for finding this content and hopefully you'll really enjoy it. If you do get to the end of the reading and you've enjoyed it, do remember to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. That way you can get notifications whenever I bring out a new video. And if you are one of my subscribers, then welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with me and watching another one of my videos. So what we have today is it's going to be quite a short reading. It's not going to be overly long. It's looking at what kind of lessons you need to learn at the moment and just getting some guidance from Spirit. So we have 5 piles for you to choose from, and of course because this is like lessons that you need to learn, you obviously don't just learn one at a time. So if you are drawn to more than one pile, then do please watch both because there may be messages in there for you. So we have pile 1 at the top here with that rose quartz. Oh, there we go. Then we have pile 2 with this unknown crystal. So if you guys do know what it is, I'll see if I can get it closer without it going too blurry. It has these lines down it. If you know what it is, then please do comment down below. So I really want to find out what this crystal is. Then we have pile 3 here with the opalite. We have pile 4 with the pyrite. And then finally we have pile 5 with the citrine crystal. So have a little think which one you're drawn to or which ones you're drawn to, and then go down to the description box below and you can skip ahead to your reading and I will see you there. So if you chose the rose quartz in pile 1, then this is your reading, guys. So what we'll do is we'll pull out the cards first that are for your lessons. So here we have actually no, I might just put them all out to begin with, that might be easier. So you have Queen of Wands here. It's really annoying with the lighting, I'm sorry, I'm doing this in the evening and now the nights are starting to draw in. There's not as much daylight. So we've got the moon as well here. I love the moon card in this deck. We have 2 of Cups. We have 3 of Pentacles. And then we have from Wisdom of the House Knight, we have the Fledgling. So try and show that to you without too much reflections. There we go, everything fits on nicely. And then for your guidance here we have 5 of Cups. Then we have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Knave of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have growth. It says, seek out a mentor or guide, take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. And then confidence. Okay, so as I pulled these, it was very weird. I pulled, I think it was this card last, and before I even saw it, I thought about you guys need to take some sort of baby steps. So if we get straight into the lesson that's up here. So you have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So the Queen of Wands in the upright, she is a very powerful queen. She's great at manifesting, she's passionate, she's confident. She is just like, I just think of her as being like snap, like she is it. And you have it in reverse here because I feel like at the moment you're really not in your power, and your lesson is actually, it is all about growing in confidence. So you have the Fledgling and you have that card growth. So I feel like there's something in your life. It could be that you guys are just younger. So if you are one of my younger viewers, then this could definitely be for you guys. That, you know, you are just starting out and your lesson is that you will eventually transform into this powerful Queen of Wands. But you guys, you know, you do have a little bit of work on yourself to go. But that's absolutely okay, because let's be honest, we don't come out as the Queen of Wands. We all have to work our way up. So what I'm reading with the Moon and the Two of Cups, I'm almost seeing this a bit together. I think it's for the Two of Cups, there is really a need for you. I feel like maybe you guys haven't quite found your passion in life yet. This could also be why the Queen of Wands is in reverse. And the Two of Cups here is really trying to find out what is your heart's desire. So whether that is, I feel like this could apply for lots of different situations. So for you guys it might resonate differently, because maybe in one area of your life you are a lot more advanced than another. So this could be that you want to find the career that really resonates with you. Maybe you're kind of new and inexperienced in love, so it's all about, you know, trying to understand yourself, what your needs, your wants are, and, you know, being in a relationship and following your heart that way. So I feel like for you guys, this is a big part of your reading, because it is like in the middle here, is definitely to understand what your heart's desire is and then learning how to follow it. And with the Moon, I feel like at the moment, when you look at this, the beautiful unicorn that is here, when you look at the reflection, it is very distorted. So sometimes our reflections on water may look almost like perfect if it's very still, whereas what the unicorn is seeing is actually very different. And I get a sense that maybe at the moment kind of your inside doesn't match your outside, if you know what I mean. On the outside you may actually start becoming this Queen of Wands, but inside you kind of don't recognise it yet. And I feel like there's a real need to recognise the progress that you've made, like what you have become. So if you still feel, sometimes you almost still feel like a child even when you're an adult, but actually if you do look at what you've already accomplished, then you'll know that that's not actually true. That, you know, the reflection of you is very different to the inside. And so I do feel like this is why in the guidance confidence is down here. I feel like you guys may be lacking in a little bit of confidence at the moment, and Spirit really wants to let you know, with your cards of kind of growth, etc. here, it's really important for you to know that everyone does have to start somewhere, and you guys shouldn't be lacking in confidence just because you're maybe not the most experienced person yet. This all comes to you with age and doing things like for a longer period of time. You do have the Three of Pentacles here, because I feel like a key part of this lesson is going to be learning to work with others, because I feel like you guys, when you're working with others with that Three of Pentacles, you're going to be learning one about yourself as well. So you're going to be learning about yourself in that kind of dynamic, but you can also learn from their mistakes, because that's the thing as humans. If we listened to people a bit more, then maybe we wouldn't actually make as many mistakes as we kind of do. We didn't actually need to make them. Obviously at times it is good to make your own mistakes, because then you do learn from them, and no matter how many times somebody tells you to do something, until you've made that mistake, you might not listen to them. And I do feel like that is why the fledgling is here as well. It's all about not getting frustrated with yourself, being okay that you're not the most, it's that sense of being okay and knowing that, you know, everyone has to start off somewhere. You're not expected to come out fully formed like birds. When you think that is the fledgling, when you think of little baby birds, they come out looking very weird, and you almost think, how does that little alien creature become something so magnificent and be able to fly through the air? It takes time. And so your guidance from Spirit, as I said about having confidence, that is very key for you guys. I feel like Spirit wants me to repeat this quite a lot. It's all about confidence. And you have the Five of Cups here because I feel like maybe you are getting disheartened about some sort of situation, and Spirit wants you to remind you that don't get disheartened. So in this scenario in Rider-Waite, the person has 3 cups that are knocked over, but they still have 2 standing, and they kind of just, they're so upset about those 3 cups that they kind of forget that, you know, they still have that potential. They still have cups that have stuff in them, and this is what you need to take on board, that even if you do screw something up and it feels like one of your cups is knocked over, don't ignore the fact that you have ones that aren't. Like, remember to focus on the good, as like, learn from the mistakes of your bad, but do not focus all your energy on them, because you're going to be in that Five of Cups energy otherwise. That kind of really, it's that very down, disheartened kind of energy. And I feel like Six of Pentacles, this is all about, for me, it's all about balance, give and take. And I feel like at the moment, this kind of give and take is, I feel like it's about yourself, and maybe like the energy you put into yourself and the energy you kind of take out. I feel like at the moment you may be out of balance a little bit. That's why Six of Pentacles is in the reverse. So there's a real need for you guys to, I feel like you just need to take a step back and really evaluate what you've done and where you've come from, just so you can regain that kind of, that balance, that equilibrium, because I feel like at the moment you're very much more tipped towards the Five of Cups rather than the more positive side here of like the Page of Wands and like the Ace of Pentacles, because I feel like Spirit's saying with the Ace of Pentacles that you are going to have opportunities coming to you. You're going to be gifted opportunities, and I feel like they're going to be coming at the right time as well. So you may think that maybe you're not experienced enough for that opportunity. I do think Spirit will be working to make sure that what finds you is meant for you. So if you have something come up, know that that was meant for you, and you're not inexperienced enough. You can you've got that. So you also have here the Knave of Wands, and I feel like this is just a bit of encouragement, because as I said when I was pulling this, I did get baby steps in my head before it actually came out on this card, because you have the Knave of Wands, which is obviously the first of the wand suit, and then you have the Queen, that what you're trying to aspire to be like. But obviously this is the first step, so there is that need to take that first step. Just start taking action, find your passion, and just start doing. That's the thing with the wands, it's all about action. So there's a real need for you just to start doing, and then the rest will kind of follow, I feel. And the last bit of advice here from Spirit, I really like this with the Pegasus, and it's got the little baby Pegasus and it's super cute, and it says here growth. I'm just going to try and focus it on there. Seek out a mentor or guide. So as I said, you're going to learn best when you're learning from other people with that Three of Pentacles. So do find, if it is work related, try and find some sort of mentor, or in life, if it's just more general in life that you feel very inexperienced. Maybe if you have older siblings, or if you have even like friends that have older siblings, if they're not going to, if you're kind of close, then maybe even like lean on them for some support. And it says take baby steps as you grow, be willing to learn from others. So you will learn best when you learn from others, and it will help you in the long run. So that's what I see for you guys. If this resonated with you, please do comment down below, and thanks so much for watching. See you later. Hi Pile 2, if you chose the unknown crystal, hopefully one day will be named, then this one is for you guys. So what we'll do is we'll just lay everything out straight away. So we do have the kind of lessons, and then we have guidance from Spirit as well. So we have firstly the Five of Cups, which is interesting because that came out for pile 1 as well. And then you have the Emperor. Then we have the Ace of Cups. And then finally we have Chaos. That's That's a fun card. Fun fact about me, I've always wanted to go on a storm chasing holiday. Random fact for you there. The Lovers. This is your guidance from Spirit. Then you have 8 of Swords. Then you have 4 of Cups. And you have Boundaries. And then you have the end of a tough cycle approaches. And conclusions are within reach, and I'll put that up there just for ease. Yep, you can see everything. I'm sorry, I really realise that my videos are quite often slightly wonky, but there we go. So, what lesson do you guys need to learn? So, I feel like for you guys, first of all, you do have the 5 of Cups here. So I feel like with the 5 of Cups and maybe the Chaos card, that you guys have maybe gone through a bit of a difficult time. This could be related to the global situation, even though I absolutely hate that term, but the global situation we're going through right now, obviously with COVID. So I feel like there has been some sort of chaos in your life. It could be something else entirely different. Maybe it is a breakup, job loss, even like mental health issues as well. I can really see that you guys have been through some difficult times, and Spirit is not discounting that at all. But I feel like there's a need for you to really come out now, sort of come out of that other side. Obviously, as however this resonates to you, if you are having mental health issues, obviously do seek professional help, whether you just want some counselling, whether you want to go like the medicinal route, whatever it is that you and your doctor feels like works for you, definitely do that. But when you're kind of feel like you are getting out of the other side, you're starting to see the light, just burned myself. Oh dear. This is why I shouldn't have candles. I am actually probably not allowed to have fire anymore after a new moon ritual that nearly set the house on fire. So you do have, like, as you're coming out of that side, there is a real need for you guys, I feel like, to almost like take control back of your life with the Emperor. So you did have that chaos, so maybe there was a lot of things that previously you weren't able to control. Obviously, if it is related to the global situation, none of us are able to control anything. Our lives have pretty much turned upside down. We're being now very much dictated to by, obviously, your governments of your own countries. But where you can, there is, I feel like with the Emperor, there's a real need to take back control of your life. And I feel like for you guys, this really relates to your happiness with that Ace of Cups. I feel like maybe you guys had been stuck in that 5 of Cups energy for a long time, and you may have almost forgotten what it feels like, almost like what it feels like to be happy and to chase your dreams. But Spirit's saying that it's now time for you to start thinking about that again. Whether that is, whether it's dreams in love, maybe you're wanting to, after all this has gone down, maybe it is like an ex you want to try and get back, or you want to get back into the job market, but now maybe it's time to focus on your dream job. Everything has obviously changed in the world right now, and it's possible in kind of all that chaos to almost like reinvent yourself and start to find and do the stuff that is really going to make you happy. So I feel like this is really the big lesson for you guys, is taking back control and finding your happiness. Because I feel like when you start finding your happiness and your cup is kind of full, it's going to not only benefit you, it's going to benefit your relationships, your job. You're able to then give so much more energy freely because you're kind of already full. You're not half depleted and needing to give away your energy to things, and it just leaves you feeling very run down. You're going to feel a lot more like invigorated. And so for you guys, your guidance from Spirit. Firstly, as I find sometimes with the Ace of Cups, I find that boundaries actually comes up quite a lot. So when you are trying to find, I feel like for you guys, with the Ace of Cups coming up and the boundaries, I feel like that maybe you guys, partly why you might get into this kind of like Five of Cups energies, maybe if you guys are empaths or you do have more like psychic abilities, that kind of thing. What happens when you spend time with people that are also maybe down, and the thing is you want to try and help them, but often what you do is you end up feeling their emotions, you kind of take on their baggage. And so there is a need for you guys to try and protect yourself, to keep this cup full, so then you can give your energy as you want to and as you feel like people need it, because you're literally already full. So it's fine that you're kind of overflowing, so it's fine to give that away. You do need to set some boundaries. So this could be if you have people in your life that you know are particularly draining, trying to like distance yourself a little bit, or maybe even saying to them like, look, I'm not in the best state right now, like as much as I want to help you, can we please not just dwell on your problems? Maybe we can do something like happier together, where you try and sort of like boost your mood rather than maybe dwelling on problems. It could even be stuff like if you have someone that maybe just wants to drink all the time, and I mean, I'm not going to comment on that, I love a drink, but if you have someone that's maybe feeling in a low mood and then all they want to do is drink, that's going to really bring you down as well. So it is a case of setting boundaries with people in your life. So your guidance from Spirit, so you have the Ace of Cups, which is also all about that like fulfillment, and that's kind of real just joy and happiness. And then you have the Lovers, which is like a really beautiful card. So I feel like Spirit here is really telling you, actually this is kind of similar to pile 1 as well, really trying to tell you to follow your heart and do something that's going to make your heart just feel like it's going to sing and just be generally so happy. With the Lovers card, it's a very positive card, and it can also symbolise the choice as well. So it could be that you guys, like, this is a symbol as well that you really you almost need to make that choice to be happy and to follow your dreams, because it's not just going to fall in your lap. I feel like there's going to be need for you to make some important decisions in your life for that to happen. And before you can kind of make those decisions, I feel like Spirit is definitely, with that Five of Cups, is telling you to kind of get into a good state of mind, because you have Eight of Swords here and the Four of Cups. So Eight of Swords is very much feeling trapped emotionally. It's very much being trapped by your own anxieties and in your head. I know how difficult this is. It's kind of that when you have fears and your mind builds up situations that haven't even happened yet, or they're not going to even happen, but your mind just automatically thinks the worst, and it creates so much fear within yourself that you feel like you just can't move, you can't do that thing. And I know from experience as well, I'm a chronic overthinker. As much as I try and go with the flow as well, I am an overthinker a lot of the time, and it is really hard to break out of that. But there is a need for you, maybe you want to talk through with somebody, with a friend, about maybe some of your fears, and then when you actually start sharing them, you realise that those fears kind of don't really exist in you're in actual reality. It's just in that reality you've built in your head. Then with the Four of Cups, it's that feeling of apathy, stagnation, almost just being like, oh, this is the deal I've been dealt, and really not feeling grateful for anything. And you're kind of in that state where when you're almost like blinded by that kind of ungratefulness is kind of a word. I won't go as far as that, but yeah, you can't even see the good. So I feel like you may be so focused on the things that went bad previously that you can't see that life is trying to give you new opportunities. So Spirit's saying start trying to feel grateful, and start kind of looking up, and stop focusing on all the stuff that's gone wrong and that you don't have anymore, and start looking for those new opportunities, because you have very much two cards of endings. And I feel like Spirit is saying this tough time that you've been through, it's now finishing. Like you have full moon eclipse, which has a lot of obviously positive energy there. So I feel like conclusions from whatever it is that you have been going through, whether even whether it's been like some sort of legal battle, something like that, it's going to be finishing now. And it really means that now is your time to grow, take control of your life, and start finding your happiness and start living your joy. So that's what I see for you guys. If this did resonate, please do comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, if you did like this and you're not subscribed, go ahead and do it, because you know it will make my day, and you might get some more awesome content in the future. And thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you later. Hi Pile 3, and if you chose the opalite crystal, this one is for you guys. So we are looking at lessons that you need to learn. It could be lessons, it could be lesson singular, and we're just going to lay out all your cards. So the top row is going to be your lessons and then guidance from Spirit, but they kind of interlink a little bit, so we may be jumping around. So you have Six of Cups. This is the magical Nordic Tarot. You have Knight of Cups, Dreamer. Then you have Justice. Then you have Serendipity in the reverse, which is, I just find it so ironic that it is the Serendipity card that my cat slightly chewed. Then you also have Here and Now, which was weird because once I drew the tarot cards, I knew that this card was going to come out. And this is starting to happen to me more and more. Then you have Ten of Pentacles, Contentment. This is your guidance. And then you have King of Swords, Structure. And then you have King of Wands, Action. I think I just said that really weird. King of Wands. I think I said King of Wong. Yeah. Then you have Balance. Take time to relax, indulge a little more or less, set boundaries with your work. Delight, which I feel like has not come out of me in any of these readings yet, so you guys are the first. Count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. And then you have Courage. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. And I think if you notice, boundaries were mentioned twice, so I feel like that there is a little message. I feel like you've got the most cards, Pile 3. We'll get started up the top here with your lessons. So what I'm seeing, I mean I do like the energies here. I don't feel like you are massively suffering at all, which is really nice to see, because sometimes, you know, people that obviously come to tarot readings are suffering, but I feel like you guys at the moment are kind of stuck between living in the past with that Six of Cups, that memories, maybe reminiscing, maybe even just thinking about maybe it is an ex, maybe you're dreaming about life pre-COVID, when we used to be able to go out without face masks and not have mask acne, which then is fine because you can cover with the mask, but it's a vicious cycle. Anyway, so maybe you're dreaming of those wonderful times when we didn't have to wear a mask. And I feel like you have as well the Knight of Cups here, which is that very dreamy character. It has here dreamer. He's always thinking about the future, about he's quite artsy. I always think he's like thinking about projects and like things that come to him in dreams that he's going to like write a song about. And they're very beautiful energies, but if you've noticed with that and the here and now, basically none of that is in the present day. So I feel like at the moment the lesson that you really do need to learn is one, to find that balance. Like, it's fine to reminisce with Justice here. It's fine to reminisce, and it's fine to like live in the future. It's fine to have dreams, because let's be honest, if you don't have dreams, then what are you kind of aiming for? You're not aiming for anything. You're just wandering aimlessly through life. So you do need to have dreams, but it's about striking a balance. And I feel like at the moment your balance is kind of out. You're constantly either thinking about the past, you guys might even be worrying a little bit about the past, or you may even be just so caught up in the future sometimes, and then that can cause anxiety when you think about the past or the future, because you can't change either of them. The only thing you can change is the here and now. And I feel like that's why this card came out. And I literally, as soon as I saw this, I knew it was going to come out. I could hear what Spirit was trying to tell me already before I got this one. So there is a real need for you to ground yourself in the present, and because if you're not grounding yourself in the present, in reality you can keep dreaming, but you're not going to get there anyway because you're not doing. There is really a need for you to start doing, and I do believe that's why in the guidance you have King of Swords and King of Wands, because that again needs to be striking some sort of balance with the doing and the planning. So your life at the moment does need that planning. You need that balance, and you kind of do really need to root yourself in the now. I know sometimes it is nice to live in the past, but right now you do have a beautiful future, and you could have a beautiful future with that Knight of Cups. When you look how beautiful that card is, the rainbow, it's a really just relaxing card. Little polar bear in the back there, which probably is not ideal. Don't turn your back on a polar bear, not a great idea, but there we go. And then you have the Serendipity card, and you do have it in reverse. And I feel like for you guys, this is where I feel like you guys might be living in the past, maybe because of this. Because maybe you felt like something was definitely meant for you, and I feel like you're constantly going back and thinking about it. Sometimes what Spirit does, they do send us things that we think, oh my god, this is a fate, like this is a fated love connection, this was something that was meant for me. And then you start doing it and you're like, hey, if this was meant for me, why is it so hard? Why is it so difficult? Why has it not got the ending I want? Why am I not living happily ever after now? What is Spirit playing at? That's because they do sometimes. Little trickster Spirit does decide that I'm going to send you something that you know feels fated, because what you need to do right now is learn some lessons from it, because then I'm going to send you something better in the future, but now you'll be ready for it. So I feel like this could be one of the reasons you're living in the past. Maybe it is like a past love connection or something. You think, oh, like it was meant to be, but you know, maybe you feel like you screwed it up. You didn't. It probably wasn't actually meant for you. It was just meant to teach you. So with your guidance cards here, we have balance, we have justice, and we have balance here. So there is a need to find balance in your life, as Spirit has been saying, between living now, living in the future. And then also I feel like with these two characters here, there is a need to find balance, because Spirit, what Spirit wants you to be is they want you to be content. I feel like there's a need for you to work out what is going to make you content. What is it you want your life to look like? Do you want to have like a conventional life? Do you want to have the family, the 2.5 children, the house, the car? Is that what will make you content? Would you be content doing something else? Do you want to be somebody that just travels? Do you want to be like a digital nomad? Do you want to just be able to freelance and travel your way around the world? Whatever it is, obviously post-COVID, blah blah blah. So work out what it is for you to be happy. And sorry, I'm just going to get a sip of water. I'm going to keep talking, but you might feel like my voice moves a little bit. So you have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords here with the King of Wands. Sorry guys. So I feel like this is all about you guys wanting to find that that kind of logical, analytical way of working out how to get to where you want, that planning, but then the doing. There is a need for you, I feel like at the moment, to really start moving into gear. You've been caught up in the past and the future for too long now. There's real need for you to really get your arse in gear, as my dad would say, and just start doing, because I feel like you guys do have this very happy ending possible. With you have delight, so count your blessings and enjoy life. So there is, you have contentment here as well, as the 10 of Pentacles. So, you know, live in the here and now, and as it says, take pleasure in the simple things. I feel like that is stuff like here and now. So whether it is just going for a walk, I know in the UK it's starting to be, the northern hemisphere, we have autumn coming up. So whether you just want to take a nice long walk in like crispy leaves or something, like enjoy that simple stuff in life, and you know, feel that contentment. And also you have here courage. It says you are safe, fear is an illusion, and set strong boundaries. So what I feel like for you guys, maybe where you have been living in the past, living in the future has caused you anxiety. That's because you're not living in real realities, and that's why Spirit's saying, yeah, you are safe now. Like right now, here and now, you're safe. There's nothing wrong. Fear of the future, like the future can't hurt you yet. It doesn't exist. So there is a need for you to have courage as well, to start dreaming what it is that you want, and then just start doing. And that is vitally important for you to now start moving forward with your life. So yeah, that is everything that I see for you guys. If you loved this video, then please do like. If you would like to subscribe as well, that would be appreciated, and plus you get to come back here again. And hopefully I see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Hey Pile 4, if you chose the pyrite crystal here, this one is for you guys. Managed to put that there without burning myself. Good job me. So what we'll do is we're just going to lay everything out, because everything is kind of related, because it is your lessons and your guidance. So we'll just lay everything out. So you have 5 of Acorns, Challenge and Growth. This is the SpiritSong Tarot. You have 4 of Acorns. So Acorns in this is your Wands, Comfort and Community. But also for me, I see 4 of Wands as like very much like a happily ever after, marriage, that kind of jazz. Then you have 8 of Shells, quest and renewal. Then we have love in the reverse. So I sometimes read these in reverse. We have conclusion. And then for your guidance we have the wheel. So that's the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Tower. Oh, I remember this now, guys. You have another major arcana as well. Then you have the Star with that beautiful swan on there. And you have empowerment. And you have transformation. So, for you guys, I feel like your lesson is at the bit. So in the middle of your spread here you have the 4 of acorns, which is your 4 of wands, which I see as, I mean, along with like 10 of cups, 9 of cups, the sun, like the 4 of wands is also an extremely happy card. It's about, it can be a sign of twin flame connection, it could be a sign of marriage. That kind of happily ever after is a vibe that I get from it, and it is super, it is a really happy, comforting card. And then it's kind of surrounded by the 5 of wands, which for me, it's here it's got challenge and growth. I'm kind of, even though I've got the spirit song here, I'm getting more of the vibes that are from like Rider-Waite rather than the kind of gentler. I feel like spirit does want me to, you're not going to get dragged, but spirit does want me to be a bit, it wants me to be firm with you, and spirit song can be a bit fluffy at times. So we have 5 acorns, challenge, growth, and for me conflict, with those people when they have all their wands up and they're kind of fighting. And then you have the other side, you have 8 of shells, which is your 8 of cups, and for me it says quest renewal, but it's also a card about walking away from things that you love. 8 of cups is never easy. You may do it for, often you do it because you need to for your own sanity, but the sense that I am getting from you guys is, I feel like you very much are kind of, I feel like there is almost like you're scared of love because you have loved here and it came out reversed, and a lot of the times I don't read these cards reversed, I will just flip them round, but today I really got the sense that this needs to be in reverse. And my feeling with that is that you're kind of blocking off love. I feel like you don't feel deserving of love, and the feeling I get overall is just this feeling of self-sabotage, because in the middle there is this happiness, there's that 4 of wands, and then you're coming this way and I feel like you jump to conclusions, you get in conflicts with this it doesn't even have to be a person, this could be any situation in your life that starts developing and being happy, whether you start, you know, really enjoying your work but then you think, oh, this can't work, and particularly in relationships is what I'm hearing. You could start having good relationships, it could even be with someone that you think is marriage material, maybe it is even like a twin flame, that kind of deep spiritual level of connection, and there's just this self-sabotage. You kind of either, I think this conclusion is, for me, what I'm getting is this conclusion is you jump to conclusions about people way too quickly, and you always conclude the worst. You may not even wait to hear them out. I think you're so scared of getting hurt and of losing people, and you know, even just scared of the scared of opening up and loving. That's why the love is in reverse here. You're so scared of that you would happily, almost like a starfish. Starfish can cut off their limbs and they regenerate. I feel like you almost just panic and you literally, it's like cutting off a limb. You think it's fine, it will grow back, but I just need to get out of here right now. There is this sense that you're just almost scared of that happy ending, and I think you're scared of it because you don't want it to be taken away from you, so you'd rather sabotage yourself and walk away from something or somebody you love early on, rather than almost like wait for these conclusions that I feel like you jump to anyway, but before this person kind of ends it and you decide, I'm done with this, I'm gonna shut myself off emotionally, I'm walking away. And this is what I feel like Spirit has brought out some big energies down here, guys. So for you have the Wheel, and the Wheel in reverse can be a warning that there's going to be changes and they're not going to be good. This to me is not saying that you're going to have changes in your life that are going to be bad. I feel like this is Spirit kind of reflecting back what happens in your mind, and you get a sense that things are changing, and you automatically think they're going to be bad when they're not. They're not always going to be bad things that are happening. They could be good things, but you get so worried and so fixated on everything bad that could happen that's kind of, it's either what ends up happening because you expect it to happen, or you end up having to you end up kind of forcing an ending that wasn't going to happen. Therefore something bad happens because it's ending. And you have the Tower in the middle of your spread here. So I think that there is a need for you. This is kind of what I'm getting a sense of for you guys. This needs to be a self-imposed Tower moment. You need to work out where on earth this belief came from that you can have a happy ending, that you're either undeserving or unworthy of love, because it's not true. It's not true in the slightest. And whatever caused you to start having that thought, you really need to get to the root of it. You need to tear down these completely false foundations that you've built up in your head that you can't have a happy ending, because it's not true. It's not true in the slightest. And Spirit, like, I feel like spirits, they never get angry with you, but they're not angry. They're just, I'm not even going to say, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. They're just frustrated, is the sense I'm getting, because you have so much freaking potential, and they feel like you're just sabotaging yourself all the time. And I feel like they do. I'm almost feeling like I want to cry. This is really weird. This is the first time this has happened to me. They want you to be happy, and they send you things to be happy, but you keep just shutting it down. And they're saying, enough, this needs to end. You need to have this Tower moment. You need this transformation. I find it interesting that this has come out, because I feel like transformation, things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing goes very well with the Tower, but also you've got healing here, and you've got the Star with that very beautiful, graceful swan, with like peace and healing. So that's what you need. You probably need to have a bit of time to yourself. Don't think that you just because you start recognizing it, oh, I'm automatically healed. I do feel like you do need to have that tower moment, that self-imposed tower moment. Maybe whatever it is you want to do, whether you want to meditate, you want to journal, whatever it is, for you to work out, why am I doing this constantly? And then you can start to heal. And then I feel like there's a real need to have this empowerment, and I feel like you're going to feel this empowerment afterwards, like just you're just going to feel like, actually, how did I ever believe this? I am powerful, I am deserving, I am worthy of love. And that's what you need. You need to come out of this. This is why Spirit's literally dropped, look at what she's dropped, 3 majors, just bam, down there. And she's really, I'm saying she, I don't know why, I feel like your spirit guide's a woman. She just wants the best for you. And yeah, that's everything that I've got for you guys. Sorry, I feel like I've started to drag you a little bit spiritually, but I do it all in like from the best of places, because I want everyone to be happy and I want everyone to have the best possible life, and that's all that your spirit guides want as well. So if this resonated with you, please do comment down below, and please do subscribe as well. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I see you in another video. Bye, part 4. Hey guys, if you chose part 5 with the citrine here, then this one is for you guys. So what we'll do is we'll just lay everything out to begin with. So you have the Sun, you have the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Death card. Let's move these guys, and then you have Yang, and then we have New Life, which I feel like is the first time I've ever had this one out of the deck. And then you have for your guidance cards, you have Queen of Swords, you have King of Cups, and you have the Ten of Cups. And you also have Oracle cards, you have Milk and Honey, which reminds me a lot of Ten of Cups. It has that energy. And then you have Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon, which interestingly, October we do have a blue moon. If you are watching this when it comes out, I appreciate this is a timeless video, so you may be watching it anytime in the future. So for you guys, what you have, I feel like with the Sun there is a definite need for you guys to bring a lot more happiness into your life. This card is such a joyous card. It's definitely, I would say, my favourite card in the Mermaid Tarot. The Wish card, the Star, sorry, card might still be my favourite, but this is high up there. I really adore the Sun in here, which is just such a calming energy as well. It doesn't feel like, sometimes the Sun can seem like too overly happy, but there's just this like wonderment and joy, and I feel like there's this need to bring this into your life at the moment. I feel like you really need to learn how to bring that kind of warm joy in, and I do feel like at the moment they really, I think Spirit is saying that there, with the Death card, there does need to be this change, and that's what you need to really learn, how to kind of cut yourself off from all the stuff that maybe your previous life is not serving you and doesn't kind of live up to your higher self and your full like emotional fulfillment potential with your Ten of Cups down in the guidance there. So there is a need for you guys to make some kind of change. and with the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like it could be to do with your career, and maybe even your home. With the Queen, with the Queen of Pentacles here, she is very much, I feel like she reminds me a lot of the Empress. She's kind of that she's when I say creative, like with more like ideas, like she's quite fertile in that sense. She focuses a lot on her career, a lot on her money, her home, her family, and I feel like this is something that you need to do. I feel like there's really a need for you to bring some joy into that aspect of your life. It could be your career has really been, you know, maybe it's not been your dream career, but it's been getting you by. I do feel like for you guys it is kind of more related to that. Or it could even be your home life. Maybe you are not in the most ideal situation, and Spirit is really saying that you need to learn how to make change. You need to know how and when to end things, like when things are no longer serving you, because what you have is Yang, and then you have new life. So with Yang, this is the masculine energy, and it's all about kind of like the Emperor. It's all about like action, also being able to manifest anything that you want into your life. The Yang energy is very powerful here for new starts. You can kind of see that with that like ball of, I always see it as like a ball of potential ready to like fire off into the world. And that's where you kind of are at the moment. You might be having dreams about what you want your life to be like. Start really trying to ground them and manifest it, because it's a very good omen that you have new life here. So really start dreaming, what do you want your new life to be like? Because at the moment you have the potential, and I feel like you kind of need to think about it, because that's what's going to give you the push you need to make the endings in your life, death, to then create these new beginnings. I find it interesting how you have death next to Yang there, because death is all about, even though it is endings, it's all about new beginnings as well. So your guidance from Spirit, you have the Queen of Swords. So I feel like this is kind of almost like who you have kind of become a little bit, because you have the Sun here and you have all this kind of very like cup energy. I feel like maybe if things haven't really been going how you wanted in life, or just, you know, you've had a little bit too much heartache, a little bit too much rejection, you've almost turned yourself a little bit into this kind of Ice Queen that I see the Queen of Swords being in this deck. Sorry, that was just a yawn. I see, yeah, definitely see you as being that, and I feel like there's a need for you to really like thaw out and start finding that joy, is what Spirit is telling me. And rather than being Queen of Swords, there's a need to become more King of Cups, because the King of Cups, I do see with that like Yang and that kind of creative, I don't know, it's like potential to create. I kind of see that almost like in the King of Cups as well, because the King of Cups, you know, he's very like soulful, artsy, creative, and I feel like he does have that energy to make beautiful things. So it could be for some of you that this could be very literal, and that you need to go into something where you're literally making things. Maybe that's what your side hustle is, and you want to make it into your full-time day job. But definitely for some of you, there is a need to start dreaming it into reality. And I feel like it is going to be very kind of like heart-centered. It's going to be something that really just makes you feel really happy, especially with that 10 of Cups and milk and honey. Now the two of these to come out together, I feel like is just, this is Spirit telling you that you can totally have this, you can have all this good stuff. Like the milk and honey is just that feelings of being like blessed, and 10 of Cups again is that emotional bliss. Oh my god, so sorry for yawning. That emotional bliss, that just emotional fulfillment. It's a super positive card. Both of them super positive cards. So I really do feel like Spirit is saying, you know, you do need to make some endings in your life, but it's only so that you can bring in all this good. And you may think, oh, that is impossible. How am I ever going to do that? Well, you have believe in the impossible. It's not impossible. It's totally doable. People do it all the time. They turn side hustles into day businesses. They follow their dreams and they make it. They manifest and it comes into their life. You are not so different that cannot happen to you as well. So believe in your dreams, because they are going to be your reality. And perhaps it could be, if you are watching this before October 2020, I don't know about 2021 or beyond, whether there are any blue moons in those years, but we have one on Halloween, so maybe you want to kind of harness the energy of the blue moon for any of your manifestation rituals, that kind of stuff. It's it may be useful for you guys to know that, and to use the moon as kind of, use it to help supercharge your manifestations. So if you guys found this resonated with you, please do comment down below. I very much appreciate hearing from you guys. I love to know all about your life, and I try and share about mine as well, just so I feel like it's equal, because I feel like I get to have a little peek into your world, so I think it's only fair that I give you a little peek into mine sometimes. And if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe, it's so much appreciated, and hopefully I will see you in another video, part 5. See you later.